Welcome back again to Joe Stunner Boxing. It didn't take Frank Warren long to have his say regarding CHRIS EUBANK's comments at the Bivol Beterbiev presser, where Eubank Jr. said some very disparaging things about promoters, not least of all Frank Warren. He called them all scumbags, and he said of Frank Warren, he's been lying and cheating his way through boxing for the last few decades. He also mentioned Calais Sauerland, Eddie Hearn, went in on Eddie Hearn. He had high praise for Turki Al-Sheikh, because Turki Al-Sheikh's obviously given him a lot of money to fight a mediocre fight on the undercard. And he had a quiet little bit of praise, pat on the head for Ben Shalom, who he signed a contract with, boxer. And Warren came back. He was on TalkSPORT, He phoned in, spoke to two of the TalkSPORT guys and said, it's very simple. He was sued by me for a legal breach of a contract, and I was successful in suing him, and he paid substantial damages. This refers to a few years ago. Eubank mentioned this at the press conference and said, Frank Warren sued me for a couple of $100,000, so I'm not likely to sign with him again, am I? No, indeed not. And Warren went on to say, now you know that he can't accept what's legal and what's not. And as regarding what he's just said, just so you know, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. He's going to get sued again for the comments that he made publicly. He will be sued, and he will have a problem over that. And anybody else who says it, they can get in the queue. Okay? And then this guy who was interviewing, taking the call from Warren, asked him about Eubank's comment about what happened over the last 20 years. Him accusing Warren of lying and cheating and stealing off people. Warren said, "I've got no idea. I can't really see into an idiot's mind." Okay. He said Eubank's been on my shows. He said of Eubank. He's been on Billy Joe Saunders' show a couple of times, a couple of other fighters. He was paid on time. He received his money. He lost against Billy Joe Saunders, and that's the bottom line. So he needs to back up now on what he says. Otherwise, he's got a big problem. Well, we know that Frank Warren likes a writ or two. He's a very litigious guy. If he feels hard done by, he'll take you to court. If he feels any sort of contracts have been broken, he'll take you to court. If you slander him, he'll take you to court. He's a court sort of guy. And as soon as I came in from work and I put this video on of Eubank, what Eubank was saying, and I immediately thought, he's going to get sued. He's going to get sued big time. Yeah, it looks like that's the way it's going. So I guess it's a case of watch this space. Eddie Hearn was interviewed, and he sort of smirked at the camera when asked about it and said, well, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. But Frank's not happy. I've got a feeling Eddie Hearn might throw a writ or two into the pot as well. CHRIS EUBANK Jr. may live to regret those words. If you want my personal opinion, he should be allowed to say what he wants to say. I mean, this is not America. We don't have a First Amendment. We're a constitutional monarchy in the UK. We don't have a constitution, but I'm all in favour of people saying what they want to say without fear of reprisal. Now, of course, there have to be certain limits because you can't openly lie about someone. So if someone was to say, I think you're a nonce, the person would be entitled to say, that's a serious accusation, you prove it. And if you don't, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character. I get it. I get those arguments. And I suppose, Eubank did call Warren a liar and said he was stealing off people and all this. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a case of where do you draw the line between freedom of speech and, telling flat out lies about someone. I think you should be accountable if you're going to tell lies about people. You should be accountable. But at the same time, I've heard people say I did a previous video about this earlier today. People have said, he's just telling the truth about boxing promoters, they don't like it because he's spitting some serious, truthful, sincere bars. Well, okay, yeah, you could say that, yeah. Okay, that's one. Yeah, I suppose that's one view. No. But it's going to end in court, isn't it? Let's be honest here. And they'll settle out of court. Eubank will pay him off. But Eubank don't strike me as the type of person who's going to roll over. Perhaps he wants a rematch with Warren in court, and then he can get out what he perceives to be proof of what he says, and it'll all end up looking bad for Frank. I don't know. The soap opera of it all, eh? But anyway, what do you think? What do you think? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you for watching. I always appreciate that. Hit the like button as well. It's free. Come on, man, it's free. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.